Year after year, we are introduced to new animated films. Some may be good and some may be bad, but most can see the work put into the animation. The omnipotent studio here is Pixar Animation Studios, having created 3D animated films since 1995. They're the reason we have Toy Story and Monsters Inc. Inside Out and Up, and yet the most important studio is Walt Disney Animation Studios, having started out with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in 1937. But slowly and surely, Walt Disney Animation faded into obscurity, especially after the rise of 3D animated features. The film that started Disney's 3D films was Chicken Little in 2005, and that was not very well received. Meanwhile, Pixar had just released Finding Nemo and The Incredibles the previous 2 years. This led to almost no Disney animated features being recognized, and then in 2010, Tangled premiered. It was well received, had likable characters, and was all around a great movie. Then we got movies like Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, and Big Hero 6, all stellar movies with deep meanings. But none of them compared to Walt Disney Animation Studios' 55th movie, Zootopia. See, while all the previous movies created by the company had profound impact on audiences due to their emotional and thought-provoking storylines, Zootopia was the first in a while to not only have that, but to also have a deep message on the society we live in. Zootopia is a world where humans do not exist, and all animals have figured out a way to cohabitate. Now, the two titular characters are victims of prejudice. Judy Hopps, the protagonist of the film, is the first rabbit officer in Zootopia's police department.
ZPD's very first rabbit officer, Judy Hopps.
Though she is good at what she does, she is treated like someone would treat a bunny, a docile creature. She is treated almost like a trophy, a token bunny, or more specifically, a tangible representation that the ZPD has a token minority hired to avoid the appearance of discrimination.
You probably forgot, but I was top of my class at the academy.
Didn't forget. Just don't care.
Sir, I'm not just some token bunny.
And this occurs in the real world. In the world of Zootopia, 90% of the population is prey animal, so this means sheep and buffalo, etc., and 10% is predator, so tigers, panthers, and foxes. Nick Wilde, the deuteragonist in the film, is one that's blatantly hated upon. Now, Judy has a childhood where she is tormented by a fox, and her family does not have a liking for foxes, and insist she use anti-fox materials and gadgets.
Remember what happened with Gideon Gray?
When I was 9, Gideon Gray was a jerk who happened to be a fox.
Now, while it is proven that Nick Wilde is not actually a good guy and is a hustler, it is discovered that it is because of his childhood that he acts the way he does. Similarly, Judy's childhood determines her reaction to foxes in a major way. Now, at a certain point in the film, Judy and Nick discover that animals have become savage, or have begun acting in wild, unstable ways for a reason unbeknownst to them. But when asked why the animals are going savage, she takes what she's learned.
We may be evolved, but deep down, we are still animals.
And foxes are the worst.
Actually, your father does have a point there. It's in their biology.
And spouts it out to the reporters.
It may have something to do with biology.
What do you mean by that?
This is an incorrect assumption, to think predators are meant to become dangerous sociopaths due to their biology. A parallel to the real world is when Hillary Clinton spoke of super predators. In 1996, she referred to certain juvenile delinquents of the mostly black demographic as super predators, saying that they have no conscience.
No empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel.
Now, this method of thinking, that a certain demographic are more likely to become a certain way, or act a certain way, is incorrect.
Clearly there's a biological component? These predators may be reverting back to their primitive, savage ways? Are you serious?
Then we get to the mastermind of the entire film, who's revealed to be the undervalued Assistant Mayor Bellwether. Now, her plan is to create a world where a vast amount of the population is united against a common enemy. Predators, like Nick. Now, she hates that minority and wants them either gone or completely and utterly under the control of the prey population. And until this goal is reached, she's going to continue to make it seem as if the predator minority is out of control and must be stopped.
Fear always works. And I'll dart every predator in Zootopia to keep it that way.
Now, this is similar to President Trump's rhetoric, stating that Mexicans are...
they're rapists.
And ultimately spouting unwarranted hatred towards multiple minorities, Discrimination still exists. It's still out there. But we can make a difference. We live in a world where we can make change. We have the power to respond or react in a certain way, and we can choose to put down the metaphorical pitchforks and work our way towards a new tomorrow. To find the middle ground and to not spout hatreds towards people we've never met. So for 2017, let's not be horrible to one another. Let's not be corrupt. Let's not be sexist or xenophobic. Let's be kind to one another. And please, let's be hopeful for a new tomorrow.
Look inside yourself and recognize that change starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with all of us.
I'm through with love, I'll never fall again. Said adieu to love, don't ever call again. For I must have